Have you ever gone to bed thinking your body is finally resting only to wake up more tired, swollen, or out of breath? What most people don't realize is that while you sleep, your kidneys are working harder than any other organ, forced to filter nearly 50 gallons of blood every single night. But here's the terrifying truth. If your kidneys are even slightly damaged, that waste doesn't leave your body. It builds up silently, poisoning your muscles, your heart, even your brain long before you feel the first warning sign. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and I want you to understand this. Over 37 million Americans are living with kidney disease right now, and the vast majority don't even know it. Rising creatinine levels can steal your strength, take away your breath, and set you on a path toward dialysis without you realizing what's happening. And the scariest part, the foods you eat right before bed could be pushing your kidneys closer to failure or giving them a fighting chance to heal. But there's hope. Science has revealed that certain bedtime snacks, when chosen carefully, don't just satisfy late-night hunger. They actually lower creatinine, reduce inflammation, and allow your kidneys to detox while you sleep. In this video, I'll share the 7 most powerful nighttime snacks, each backed by research, each proven to protect fragile kidneys, and each simple enough for anyone to enjoy at home. These are secrets every kidney patient in America needs to know before it's too late. And it all begins with something surprisingly comforting, a childhood favorite that hides a quiet healing power: unsweetened applesauce. Let's begin with something you might not expect: unsweetened applesauce. It may look like nothing more than a childhood comfort food, but for weak or stressed kidneys, this simple snack is a quiet powerhouse. Unlike sugary desserts that send blood sugar spiking and force the kidneys to work overtime, unsweetened applesauce is naturally gentle. Its sweetness comes only from the apple itself. No added sugar, no chemical preservatives, just pure fruit that allows your kidneys to rest instead of struggle. I once worked with Margaret, a 62-year-old teacher from Texas, who loved eating cookies before bed. Her blood tests showed her creatinine climbing higher month after month. When she replaced that habit with a half cup of unsweetened applesauce each night, the change was remarkable. Within 12 weeks, her swelling went down, her blood sugar stabilized, and her creatinine levels began to level off. Sometimes it isn't about drastic diets, but small swaps that make all the difference. Science confirms why applesauce works so well. Half a cup contains only about 90 milligrams of potassium, far safer than bananas or oranges, which can dangerously raise potassium in later stages of kidney disease. Phosphorus is barely 8 milligrams, preventing the mineral overload that damages bones and blood vessels. Even more impressive, the soluble fiber pectin binds to deadly toxins, like indoxyl sulfate, stopping them from circulating back into the bloodstream. That means your kidneys don't have to fight as hard to clear the waste. Polyphenols such as quercetin keep inflammation in check overnight, while the nearly zero sodium ensures no fluid retention or added pressure on fragile nephrons. But here's the key. Don't be fooled by store-bought flavored cups packed with high fructose corn syrup. Those versions silently fuel insulin resistance and kidney strain. The safest choice is plain chilled, unsweetened applesauce, perhaps with a sprinkle of cinnamon to enhance antioxidant power. 1 small cup is enough to satisfy late-night hunger without stressing your system. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But that's the beauty of it. Sometimes the most ordinary foods carry the strongest healing power, yet only relying on applesauce isn't enough, because the kidneys also crave hydration and mineral balance that no fruit puree alone can provide. And that's exactly where the next snack, crisp and refreshing, steps in to support overnight detox. Now, if applesauce feels soft and soothing, cucumbers bring the exact opposite: crisp, refreshing, and hydrating. Don't underestimate this humble green snack. With more than 95% water, cucumber sticks act like a natural filter, flushing toxins, diluting urine, and reducing pressure on overworked nephrons. Eating them before bed is like handing your kidneys a glass of pure relief. Take Robert, a retired carpenter from Ohio who used to grab salted crackers at night. His ankles swelled every morning, and his doctor warned him about rising creatinine. After swapping those crackers for a cup of raw cucumber sticks, he noticed something shocking: his swelling reduced within weeks, and his blood pressure readings started to calm down. One tiny shift, but a life-changing result. Science explains why. Half a cup of cucumbers has only about 8 milligrams of potassium, so low it's considered safe, even for late-stage CKD. Sodium is practically non-existent, meaning no hidden fluid retention. Vitamin K strengthens blood vessels, vitamin C shields kidney cells from oxidative stress, and phytonutrients like lignans and flavonoids fight inflammation that silently scars kidney tissue. Even the trace magnesium helps relax muscles and reduce nighttime cramps, a common frustration for kidney patients. Unlike pickled cucumbers loaded with salt and preservatives, raw cucumber sticks deliver all of these benefits without adding to the kidney's burden. The best way: slice them fresh, eat them plain, or sprinkle with a touch of dill or lemon. Avoid pickled or salted versions that can sabotage kidney function. Moderation matters too. 1 cup is enough to hydrate without overwhelming fluid balance. But hydration and electrolytes are only half the story. Because what your kidneys also need is a clever combination, something that pairs the crunch of vegetables with the steady fuel of protein and healthy fats. And that's where the next snack comes in, turning an ordinary plate into a nighttime shield for your kidneys. If cucumbers refresh the kidneys with water, celery sticks with hummus bring something more: a perfect balance of crunch fiber, protein, and healing fats. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary plate, but for anyone battling high creatinine, this pairing is a silent weapon. Celery itself is famously low in calories, yet high in soluble fiber that binds to toxins in the gut, stopping them before they circulate back into the blood. It's like building a roadblock that prevents poisons from ever reaching the kidneys. Let me tell you about James, a 58-year-old truck driver who was terrified when his doctor mentioned stage 3 kidney disease. Late at night on the road, he used to snack on beef jerky and chips. His blood pressure skyrocketed and creatinine followed. When he switched to chilled celery sticks dipped in low-sodium hummus, the difference was stunning. Not only did his blood pressure come down, but his night cramps eased and his energy in the mornings finally returned. And the science proves why. A single stalk of celery has only 6 calories but carries antioxidants and compounds like phthalates, which naturally relax blood vessels and lower blood pressure, a major factor in slowing kidney decline. The fiber, about 1.6 grams per cup, helps trap uremic toxins, so the kidneys don't have to. Pair that with hummus made from chickpeas, tahini, and olive oil, and you get about 3 grams of gentle plant protein in just 2 tablespoons, enough to support muscle overnight without loading the body with nitrogenous waste like meat does. Hummus also delivers calcium and magnesium minerals that protect bones and ease the cramps that rob so many kidney patients of sleep. But here's the catch: store-bought hummus can hide over 200 milligrams of sodium per serving, and flavored versions often sneak in phosphorus preservatives that silently accelerate kidney damage. The safe route is to choose low-sodium hummus, or even better, prepare it fresh at home with olive oil, garlic, and tahini. Keep your serving small, just 2 tablespoons, and pair it with crisp celery chilled in ice water for maximum crunch and freshness. It's a snack that works in harmony: fiber to trap toxins, protein to sustain the body, and healthy fats to calm inflammation. But as powerful as this combination is, it still doesn't solve one hidden problem that silently drives creatinine higher: the sneaky overload of sodium and additives hiding in processed grains. And that's exactly why the next snack, light and crispy, may surprise you with how protective it truly is. Sometimes the simplest foods turn out to be the most protective. Take rice cakes. At first glance, they seem boring, plain, light, and almost too simple to matter. But for kidneys that are already fighting to survive, that plainness is exactly what makes them powerful. Unlike salty chips or buttery crackers, unsalted rice cakes bring almost no sodium, no potassium overload, and no phosphorus traps. It's like giving your kidneys a break from the constant storm. I remember Sarah, a 70-year-old grandmother from Florida, who told me she felt guilty for enjoying snacks because her doctor warned her about processed foods. Her creatinine was creeping up, and she was afraid every bite might make things worse. But when she started eating 2 plain rice cakes with a thin layer of unsweetened apple puree before bed, she finally felt like she had a safe treat again. Within 2 months, her blood sugar readings evened out, her swelling subsided, and she could enjoy food without fear. The science behind this is clear. A single rice cake delivers only about 35 calories with less than 10 milligrams of sodium, when unsalted, safe even for patients with fluid retention. Potassium stays under 20 milligrams and phosphorus below 30 milligrams, making them far less risky than crackers or cookies that can push both minerals into dangerous territory. The gentle carbs, around 7 grams per cake, release, slowly preventing nighttime blood sugar crashes that so often stress kidneys. And because they're gluten-free and easy to digest, they avoid irritating the gut, which indirectly lowers toxin buildup that would otherwise return to the kidneys. Of course, not all rice cakes are created equal. Flavored versions often hide 150 to 200 milligrams of sodium or are coated in chocolate and cheese powders packed with phosphorus additives. That's why the safe choice is plain unsalted and paired with kidney-friendly toppings like a spoon of applesauce or a smear of low-sodium hummus. 2 to 3 cakes are plenty enough to satisfy without overloading. Rice cakes prove that simple doesn't mean weak. Sometimes it's the foods that don't shout for attention that quietly do the most good. But only avoiding salt and additives is not enough, because the kidneys also need powerful antioxidants to fight inflammation at the cellular level. And that's exactly what the next bedtime snack delivers, with a sweet aroma and a surprising healing touch. If rice cakes are about simplicity, apple slices with cinnamon are about turning simple sweetness into healing power. A crisp apple may seem ordinary, but for weakened kidneys, it's a detox ally that works silently through the night. Slice it fresh, add a sprinkle of cinnamon, and suddenly you have a snack that not only satisfies a craving, but also supports the body's fight against creatinine. Take Linda, a 65-year-old retired nurse from California who struggled with nighttime sugar cravings. She often reached for chocolate bars before bed, and her lab results showed creatinine inching higher each month. When she swapped that habit for one sliced apple dusted with cinnamon, she was surprised by how quickly things changed. Her blood sugar stabilized, her cravings eased, and even her doctor noticed her kidney function holding steadier than before. The science explains this transformation. One medium apple provides about 4 grams of fiber, and much of it is soluble, meaning it binds to waste products like urea and creatinine in the gut before they can overload the kidneys. Apples are also rich in polyphenols like quercetin and catechins, antioxidants that shield kidney tissue from oxidative stress, a silent driver of CKD progression. Add cinnamon and you gain cinnamaldehyde and polyphenols that improve blood pressure, calm microinflammation, and protect fragile glomerular cells. Together, this combination doesn't just satisfy late-night hunger, it directly eases the kidney's burden. Even better, apples are naturally low in potassium and phosphorus, making them safe across most stages of kidney disease. A sprinkle of cinnamon adds flavor without sugar, but beware, canned apples or pre-sweetened apple products can undo all the benefits with hidden syrups and additives. The safe choice is always fresh raw slices eaten plain or lightly dusted with cinnamon. One apple is enough. More than that risks bloating or pushing potassium higher than intended. This simple pairing is proof that nature often gives us exactly what we need: fiber to carry toxins away, antioxidants to guard the kidneys, and flavor that feels indulgent without danger. But even with sweetness and spice on your side, your kidneys still need a snack that delivers comfort without hidden phosphorus, sodium, or fat bombs. And that's where the next food, light, fluffy, and surprisingly protective, comes into play. Sometimes the best kidney-friendly snacks don't feel like health food at all. Air-popped popcorn is the perfect example. At first glance, it looks like something you'd only enjoy during a movie, but when prepared plain, no oil, no butter, no salt, it becomes one of the safest, lightest nighttime snacks for anyone battling rising creatinine. It fills you up without weighing your kidneys down. Consider Harold, a 72-year-old from Arizona, who used to end his nights with microwave popcorn dripping in butter. He didn't realize that those bags were loaded with phosphate additives and sodium. Over time, his blood pressure worsened, and his lab results showed creatinine climbing. When he switched to plain air-popped popcorn, seasoned only with a sprinkle of cinnamon, he noticed real change. His swelling in the morning improved, and his nephrologist even told him, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." The science backs this up. 1 cup of plain air-popped popcorn has only 30 calories, nearly 0 sodium, and just 26 milligrams of potassium. Phosphorus is a tiny 7 milligrams, making it safe for fragile kidneys compared to chips or crackers that overload the system. Its fiber, about 1 gram per cup, acts like a sponge for toxins, reducing their reabsorption into the blood. Popcorn is also rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that protect kidney cells from oxidative stress. Even its trace magnesium, around 9 milligrams per serving, can ease painful night cramps that rob kidney patients of rest. The catch is in the preparation. Microwave or prepackaged popcorn often hides 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium per bag and chemical flavors that silently raise creatinine. That's why the safe choice is to pop it fresh at home, plain clean, and seasoned with herbs if you want flavor. 3 to 4 cups are satisfying without excess, while going overboard can cause bloating or digestive stress. What makes air-popped popcorn special is that it feels indulgent, like you're treating yourself, but in reality, it's one of the lightest ways to give your kidneys breathing room overnight. Still, comfort foods come in many forms, and there's one more snack, ordinary on the surface, but shockingly powerful for protecting kidney health, that you won't want to overlook. At first glance, pretzels hardly look like a kidney-friendly food. Most versions on the store shelf are loaded with salt-hidden phosphorus and processed dips that silently sabotage fragile kidneys. But when you choose the plain, unsalted kind, pretzels transform from a guilty pleasure into a surprisingly safe bedtime snack. They give you the crunch and satisfaction you crave without flooding your body with dangerous minerals. Take Dorothy, a 68-year-old from Michigan. She loved munching on pretzels while watching TV late at night, but her habit of grabbing salted ones sent her blood pressure through the roof. Her nephrologist warned her she was pushing herself closer to dialysis. When she made the switch to unsalted pretzels, pairing them with a spoon of low-sodium hummus, everything changed. Her blood pressure stabilized, the swelling in her legs reduced, and for the first time in years, she felt in control of her late-night cravings. The numbers prove why this works. A 1-ounce serving of unsalted pretzels, about 10 to 12 pieces, delivers just 110 calories with nearly zero sodium, around 30 milligrams of potassium, and only 25 milligrams of phosphorus. That means no fluid retention, no potassium spikes, and no risk of mineral imbalance that drives CKD progression. Their modest 2 grams of protein won't overload the kidneys with nitrogenous waste, while the 23 grams of carbohydrates act as steady overnight fuel. Even the small amount of iron, about 1.5 milligrams per serving, supports red blood cell production, protecting against the anemia that so often drains energy from kidney patients. But caution is key. Regular salted pretzels can pack over 350 milligrams of sodium per ounce, enough to trigger swelling, high blood pressure, and sleepless nights. Cheese dips or mustard spreads often add phosphorus preservatives that silently accelerate kidney decline. That's why the rule is simple: keep them plain, keep them unsalted, and keep your portion under 2 ounces. Unsalted pretzels prove that sometimes the foods you love don't need to disappear from your life. They just need to be chosen wisely. But knowing these 7 snacks is only the beginning, because what matters most is how you use them consistently to protect your kidneys night after night. And that's exactly what we'll uncover as we bring everything together in the conclusion. Your kidneys work in silence every night, filtering your blood and fighting to protect your body even when you're asleep. By making small, simple changes, like swapping heavy snacks for apples, cucumbers, popcorn, or pretzels, you're giving them the support they desperately need. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency, one better choice at a time, and those choices can change the course of your health. If this video helped you, make sure to save it so you can return whenever you need a reminder, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you'll always receive the latest medical insights and practical tips to protect your kidneys and your overall health. Sharing this video with friends or loved ones could be the step that saves their kidneys too. No matter where you are in your journey, whether you're managing early kidney concerns or already facing bigger challenges, there is always hope. Your story is not finished, and your kidneys are not beyond help. With the right knowledge and daily care, you can slow the disease, protect your strength, and wake up each morning with more energy than the night before. Stay encouraged, stay consistent, and remember, you are not alone in this fight.